All right, time for another quick video. It's about 3 a.m. Shareholder meeting is in a couple hours here, probably about 6 hours. You're going to get the vote, if you're a shareholder, vote for the ability of the board members to do a RS to get NASDAQ compliance. We're not voting to do the RS. We're just voting to give them the power to do it in case they need it. Okay? And they have put in their language that they will not do the RS if they don't need to. They've made this very clear, okay? And let me actually show you what they said. Hang on one second. All right, so I got it pulled up right here. This is from the proposal. They emailed this to everyone, so it's like, I think it's like 25 pages long. So it says right here, although our shareholders may approve the reverse stock split, we will not affect the reverse stock split if the board of directors does not deem it to be in the best interests of the company and its stockholders. And they've already said they don't want to do the split. They want it to happen naturally, which I believe it will happen when the FDA news drops. So last year they had to do the split because they were 3 weeks away from their date and they were at 10 cents and they had no catalyst. Like there was nothing that was going to make their stock go up in a 3-week span. So last year they had to do it. Completely different situation. I've explained this to quite a few people, and they totally get now why they did it last year as opposed to not having to do it this year. So if it's a vote yes, the stock may drop unless the CEO makes it very clear. He has to be clear so that way people can't misunderstand him, that they're going to give it, 6 weeks and wait for these catalysts, and then, they're hoping that the stock will blow up and then they'll just cancel it, okay? They can cancel the split. It's in their language in like 4 different spots, and on top of that, they did it before. Back in 2020, they canceled it because they didn't need it at the time. Okay, so completely different situation. So they're not afraid to do it. And it was the same CEO in 2020 as it is now, who, by the way, is a sepsis survivor who almost died back in 2019. He had to have a heart transplant. He had like 4 heart surgeries in the span of 4 days. He was in the hospital for almost 60 days, trying to beat sepsis, and he did. And he's dedicated his life now to, like, this is his work, is he wants to fight sepsis and, build this company and do what he's got to do. He's not out to rip people off. He got a second chance at life, and he says that. He got a second chance, and he's dedicating his work to this stuff, all right? And then I want to go over, there's so much misinformation. You got to be really careful with what you're looking at, okay? Now, there's the video here on YouTube. This guy yesterday put out this video here, and he's talking about the reverse split and this and that. And this guy he didn't do any research whatsoever. Like, this video is all bad information. I'm watching it, and I'm shaking my head. I'm like, oh my, is this guy even serious right now? All right. So he's talking about the FDA approval that's coming. I can't play the video. I don't want to get like a copyright. But he's talking about the approval, okay? And that's the name of his stuff. All right. And he brings this up. He says, we're waiting for this approval of the Candida test, and we're hoping that this can get us up to over $1. Okay? This dude don't have a fucking clue what's going on. This is not the test that they're waiting on. This guy didn't do any research whatsoever. Mr. Sunglasses. Maybe if he took his fucking sunglasses off, he could actually read properly and see what exactly they're going for approval for, because it has nothing to do with this test. This test ain't even going to be submitted until next year, okay? This test got breakthrough designation, okay? That's what that says. He didn't even read this article. He didn't even read it, okay? They won the designation tag for the test. That's it. The test was not submitted. They just got the tag. It's now labeled as breakthrough. That's it. And then when they go to submit it under the 510K, it has that breakthrough tag with it. Okay, that's all that means. This guy has no clue what's going on. Okay. And right here, This is from T2. On May 8th, we filed an FDA submission for the biothreat. All right, was their filing was on May 8th. Biothreat, nothing to do with Candida. That's what it says right there. You guys can pause it, you can read it. But this is what we're waiting on, is the biothreat panel, which was worked with the government. And this guy didn't even have a clue. He's got no idea that the government is who helped them develop and fund the biothreat panel that they're waiting on. So that this guy's like, oh, we don't know when FDA is going to come. It could take, 8 months, 10 months. We don't really know when it's going to happen. He doesn't know about the BARDA funding. He doesn't know anything. And that's what I'm seeing in all these videos on YouTube is they don't really know anything. They're going off of some general, consensus info about general stuff without actually looking at the actual details. And it's getting really annoying here. So this is their... Let's see if I can get this down. These are what's coming right there. So this is what we're going right here with the biothreat. Right there. And this slide is directly from T2 during their earnings call. Candida's right there. It got breakthrough designation. That's it. Biothreat filed. Now the one under it, that's the one that's going to be filed here in the next month or two. Right there. Plan to file FDA submission for 510 clearance in second half. That's what you want to look for. They're looking for clearance on the whole test, not just the designation tag. And then Lyme will be, I think, early next year. Resistance is coming soon, early next year. And the ORIS test next year. Okay. So that's what we're waiting on. That's where we're at. Okay. Let's see here. And for anybody curious if I'm shorting or that stuff, no. This is my account right here. Okay. And it's not paper trading. If it was paper trading, there'd be a tag somewhere that would say paper trading. I do not paper trade. It is a screenshot though. So there you go. I haven't sold any of my shares in over a month. So I'm holding, I've been adding a little bit to it. I bought more on the 7th. Picked up an extra 2,700 shares. So I haven't sold it all. That's how much I'm up. I'm not selling it all. I know what's coming. Nope. Let's see what else we got here. The BARDA award, which they're going to get about $40 million after the biothreat's cleared. And that's going to be a huge boost. I'm not seeing that talked about in any videos online because none of them are doing their actual DD. They're just throwing out, making a quick video and just not even knowing. Now the BARDA, this was from the BARDA website right here. See right there on August 30th, okay. They were given a extension, a 2-week extension until September 14th to give the FDA more time to get this thing cleared. So if we're lucky, tomorrow at the stockholder meeting, they're going to have it ready to go and say, it's cleared, we got it, here it is. And hopefully they have some other types of good news there. But that's best case is they basically walk out there and they throw that right on the desk and say, here it is. And the stock's going to fly. That's what's going to happen. All right, see what else we got here. So yeah, it came out March 5th was when they were getting ready for the biothreat. And then they actually submitted it in May. And right now, you see right now, they've got no money for revenue. That's being, right now it's all moving forward. Or the R&D. Right now they're just doing, the R&D is done. Now they're putting out all their panels. They got 5. So this is what they had in their earnings report here. Filed submission for T2 biothreat, received breakthrough. Completed enrollment in the T2 resistance trial. And John said in his earnings call too that was the longest part of that whole trial was actually getting the patients and getting it set up. That's the longest part. So the rest of it should move a lot more faster. And they were waiting on the government to get back to them with how they want their trial to go. And that's another thing about the biothreat. People are like, well, what if they have to do this, or what if it don't get approved? The government agencies told them exactly what they needed in their trial. They told them how to do it. They asked them, okay, what do you guys need for us to get this approved and to get this panel made? And they told them exactly, this is what we need, this is what you do. And they did it. That's how that works. So, these videos, again, people are saying, we don't even know if it's going to go through. They might, deny it. And like, no, they were told what to do and how to do it, and they submitted it. The FDA has to double check it. The FDA, they probably have to check and make sure that these pathogens are actually being picked up, which means they have to, take this unit to labs and test it. That's not exactly a, we'll be back in a couple hours type thing. Well, and that the government wants the panel, so they're going to try to get this out as quick as they can. The average is 128 days. They're at like 125 or 126. So it's coming real soon. And then the RS, yeah, I'm just not worried about it. Even if it does pass and they say yes, that's only the ability to give them the ability to do the RS. If they were to do a RS here in the next week, I would be shocked. I'd be pissed and I'd be shocked. But I don't think that is actually going to happen. But if it does, yes, I would be pretty pissed off. Based on what they've said so far, they would be doing the exact opposite of what they said. So no, I would not be happy. But I think that they need this in their back pocket, and then they'll hold on to it till probably early November, and we got earnings is going to be around November 5th to November 9th or so. They're going to drop the earnings that day. And if they're not over $1 by then, they got to hope that their earnings are so good that the earnings itself will, shoot it up. And then they got 10 days to try to comply. But I think that they'll be there before then anyways, and I think they know it too. Let's see anything else I got here. Yep, oh, that was it. So I hope none of you guys bought any of the BS about selling your shares, because that could be a huge mistake if you sold. Remember, if you sell in a profit, you got 30% taxes on it too. So if you buy back in at the same spot, you've actually already lost because you're paying taxes on it now. So don't sell tomorrow. Just hold through it. Everything will be fine. Okay, the stock will go right back up. The FDA is going to drop very soon. The BARDA may be extended again, but they put it till the 14th. But I think we'll be all right. Ketos are getting tired, but they're ready for the market to open. So I'll talk to you guys later.